but they're comping you your room and travel, and they even paid us $400 of honoraria. Those days, the limit for 1099 was 400, so you didn't even have to afford it with income. And it was in Las Vegas. I said, okay, this money, basically, I didn't deserve it. They're giving me 2 market textbooks. I'm willing to lose $200 on the blackjack table. And on the blackjack table, I got 2 Benjamins, got my chips. Oh, I lasted for about 2.5 hours, but unless you can count 6 decks, you're not gonna last. You're not gonna leave a blackjack table with money, or you're very lucky. I was down to my last $10. I gave that as a tip to the croupier, as they say in French, or the dealer, and that was it. But if this was young me, I probably would have lost the mortgage payment that month. So I'm smarter than that. Yes, I am smarter than that, but I don't have that memory anymore. When I was 20, I could count 6 decks. I never did, but I could. Now, 2 probably is my limit. I mean, when I'm playing bridge, that counts handy. Because counting 1 deck is not a problem. 2 decks I can, but 4 decks, no thank you. The age gets you either way. When I was 20 years old, you could tell me a phone number. Just tell me, not even me writing it down. Ask me about it 2 years later, I could tell you. Don't know why, it's just stuck there. Now you ask me what I ate yesterday, I don't know, something. It's more absent-mindedness. So that's why that VAR is important. I'm going to show you how to calculate it and stuff, but anyway, I told my boss, who was actually my college classmate, he's the one who hired me. I said, if you do this and there's a big banking crisis and this bank goes down because of the position you took, you're going to go to jail. But they never asked us to have a limit. I said, you asked for a limit. And the bank had just changed hands at that point. The previous owner sold it. There was a new group. Their main business was beverage distribution. They're still the biggest beer producer and distributor in Turkey. They also have the rights to distribute Coke products and stuff. And they're in cash business anyway. So I just say it. And he said, okay, you're coming to the next board meeting just to explain all this. I found that and I explained it. And the guy says, we're happy you guys are making good money. I said, it is not about whether you're happy now. It is about you tell me how much money you're willing to lose. At what level you're going to stop crying. That's what that 195 number is. So I'm going to determine a position limit such that at least with 95% probability, I'm not going to lose more than that. So, for example, let's just look at the Google, okay? I already have the 95th percentile here, right? Somewhere, or the 5th percentile. Assuming, you can give limits to traders based on weekly, based on monthly, so on and so forth. But since I have the weekly data, this basically says if you took a position in Google, at least based on certain data, there is at least 95% chance that your portfolio is not going to lose more than 5.97%. Okay? So let's write that number here. In fact, this is not even an Excel issue at this point. Say 5th percentile of weekly returns is negative 5.97%. I'm going to use VAR to determine the trading risk. This means if I had a $1 million position on Google, a long position on Google, if I had a short position, I'm going to look to the other side. On Google, with 95% or better probability, I won't lose more than $59,700. If I'm not mistaken, that's approximately. Of course, we're civilized people. We don't have to rely on my mental ability to do arithmetic in my head. Yes, I was correct. But sometimes I make mistakes on purpose. I'm trying to figure out who's going to actually catch me and tell me. I'm sure most of you do, but you don't. You do. I want to make sure that you guys are paying attention. That's why I do those things. This was one of those. So I finally, 59,700, don't make you die. No, I'm good. So how do I determine my trading limits? Is let's see, amount that makes you cry divided by 5th percentile of weekly returns. That means, okay, you have a position on Google. What's the amount that's going to make you cry? Just give me a number. If I'm doing this for my own, the amount that would make me cry is probably $1,000. Okay, so if I lose $1,000, I'm going to cry. I'm going to take $1,000 and divide that by 5.97%. That means the largest position that I should take on Google long is a little bit less than $17,000, which is about 120 shares these days. Okay? Maybe today a little bit more. Google came down a little bit this morning. You know, I could look at the same thing over on the short side. And on the short side, that's at 7.16. This is the long position limit. Now on the short side, it's a little bit less. Right? Again, if you want to be even more certain, instead of 95%, you could use, 99. Personally, if I was doing this, I'd better use 99. And, if I was doing 99, whatever. 1 percentile would be 10 or 2%. This is the 99% limit. So if you're willing to live with the loss to that most 1% probability, then obviously you're not going to take that much risk. Again, this is a decision the portfolio manager has to make. At what level of risk do I want to live in? You make that decision, and what's the probability of that? Obviously, you don't want to make that probability too high. Then that just means just sit on your hands and don't do anything. That's a great way to guarantee not to lose money, but you don't manage the portfolio just not to lose money. Companies, for example, companies also use an analysis like this to figure out margin requirements. For example, let me go to CME futures on euro. Come on. What the hell is going on? I get better internet at home, and I have the cheap version of Spectrum. Specs. Oh, margins. I don't know if you guys, how many of you guys have actually taken the investments class before here? I know it's a prerequisite, but for some of you, we waived it. You're taking it at the same time. Just raise hands. How many have actually taken Finance 324? Okay. Did they talk about futures contracts? Huh?
I don't remember.
Apparently, even if it did, it didn't create an impression.
They didn't, but your class, the finance, was derivative valuation.
No, I
So
taught
you
that
did
class.
that,
Yeah.
and they did that.